New here at 10, a proposed class action lawsuit has been filed in federal court targeting Nike. The lawsuit has to do with a customer data breach and how quickly people were told about it. In the lawsuit, a California woman named Maria Gomez says Nike learned of unauthorized access involving a third-party service provider on or around January 21st of this year. She claims customer information may have been exposed, including names, email addresses, billing addresses, phone numbers, and even card information. The suit also argues the breach was preventable and says the company waited weeks to notify affected customers, cutting into the time people had to protect themselves. The lawsuit says, quote, while defendant claims to have discovered the breach as early as January 21st, 2026, defendant did not begin informing victims of the data breach until February 25th of 2026 and failed to inform victims when or for how long the data breach occurred. And while Nike has not yet responded to the lawsuit, they did send us a statement about the data breach. It says Nike previously identified an incident involving a third-party service provider that resulted in unauthorized access to limited consumer information. No full payment card details or account credentials were accessed. They went on to say, quote, Nike immediately worked with law enforcement and leading cybersecurity experts, took steps to strengthen protections, and provided notifications and support as appropriate to impacted individuals.